Hi, good afternoon, Bart. My name is Tony. How are you today?
Hi, Tony. I'm fine. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very well. I feel good. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, today we're going to interview about the book that we're both contributing called Uncovered 2021.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you a question about who you are and then three questions that you've agreed to answer so people can get an idea who you are as an author. Uh,
Mhm.
First question, just give us a quick rundown of who you are as a person, Bart.
My name is Bart
Hmm.
Taverne. I'm from Belgium. I was born in Congo, then I raised up in Belgium
Hmm.
from my 15. So first childhood was Africa, 15 until a few years ago I was living in Belgium.
Hmm.
Was kind of all my life entrepreneur. Started in the event industry, hospitality industry. After kind of more than 20 years, I decided to quit and to follow my spiritual journey.
Hmm.
And then I went into the coaching industry, and now I go back into the hospitality and event industry, but from another angle.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Um, I'm going to ask you three questions. The first question I'd like to ask you, share with us the what specifically intrigued you about Uncovered 2021 that led you to commit to this exciting project.
Well, when I met Jennifer, it felt like a great opportunity to come together with different entrepreneurs and different stories.
Hmm.
And in my experience, it's you can never stand alone on a stage.
Hmm.
You need people, you need an audience, you need somebody to motivate you to go on stage, you need somebody next to you on stage. If you are in the audience, you need connection with the one who is speaking. So there is always interaction, and it has also a meaning for me.
Hmm.
So it felt like everybody has something valuable, like $1 million in their pocket, a diamond in their pocket. And it can be financially, it can be like someone with a great network, someone with great insight, but everyone has something valuable to share. And when it turns into a story, that's even more powerful because it can inspire people. It can
Hmm.
be something that someone needs exactly to hear or to read on that moment.
Right.
So,
Excellent.
and I'm always interested also in stories from and journeys from other people, how they get there or how they got there. Um, what were the obstacles? The story of people and coming together and sharing your values. This was for me like, wow, I need to be one of the participants of that book and
Mhm.
finally open my heart and be ready to share, to believe in my own story, let's say.
Excellent. And how do you think it would make you feel, that when this book is successful, how will that make you feel?
Well, I took the responsibility to show up
Hmm.
instead of always thinking about and creating ideas and philosophies around. No, no. I mean, the opportunity was there. Stand
Hmm.
up, go for it, contribute, and let's see what is happening.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next question is, could you elaborate on the ways in which you provide assistance to your clients and the impact it has on their pursuits?
Yeah. So I'm someone who needs experience
Hmm.
before I can talk or spread something.
Hmm.
Before I fell into a trap of taking things from my mind and my opinions and so on, but it was not in my experience. So
Right.
when I left the hospitality industry to go for that spiritual journey, that was exactly what happened. I fell into a trap, because you have some ideas and concepts about life and things that you want, but when it's not in your experience, it makes you weak. And when you are weak, then you attract people who are going to use or misuse that weakness.
Right. Hmm.
So, but when you focus on experience and then you talk, then it will, yeah. I mean, it's never a lie because it's in your experience.
Hmm.
It's more authentic. And that's what I decided to go back in the after the coaching industry, to go back in the hospitality and event industry, but to organize that internal party instead of the external party. So I mean, really, what you have experienced and how you can experience things. So, and that's what I'm doing now, organizing and structuring transformative experiences.
Could you give an example of what your transformative experiences would be like?
Energy work, breath work,
Hmm.
a concert, playing music, gathering people, inviting people, and then I sing, I make music, I connect people, I organize and structure the positive vibes in a venue when people gather and they are together. But can also be a training for someone to who is low in energy
Hmm.
usually to uplift the energies to have greater vitality. So all those techniques and tools to but you organize something around it. It's not just like you come to me, I share a technique and you go. No, it needs to be an experience, a total experience,
Hmm.
always focused on well-being. And when you are in the well-being, then it will enhance and accelerate the results that you can book for your business and for your personal life. So the quality of your life will go will raise actually faster.
So just to clarify, is the events part of your coaching program or is it additional to your coaching program? Do your clients come from your coaching program to the event or is it wider than that?
It's the interaction between both because you can organize a coaching session or a
Hmm.
breathing session or but when the environment is not uplifted, when the vibes are not there, when the environment is not organized, not structured, if the positivity is not there,
Hmm.
even on a Zoom call like here, that
Hmm.
you need something around it. So it's not only the tool or the technique. I come to you, I pay for it, and I go back home and I got my technique.
Yeah.
You amplify it
Hmm.
with the dynamics of the environment as well. So it's both. But because I had the 20 years of experience in the event industry, I was thinking like it was always about the external party. But
Hmm.
finally, I ended up to go back there to organize the internal party, and there is so much to be structured inside.
Hmm.
And this is something that reflects outside. So if you if you create an environment, a venue, for example, where that reflects what lives inside someone, both need to be organized, needs to be structured. The
Hmm.
internal thing, external as well. And it's a reflection, it works together, it's a synergy.
Excellent. And what kind of venues do you use for your transformative events?
Well, I try to use the more special things, like it could be a cave. Once I organized a fashion show in a tunnel.
Okay.
So I asked the city to block the tunnel. It can be church, can be a open house, a villa. It can be, those sacred places, a temple, going to Greece, going to Bali. Um, yeah, I always try to have like places with high energy, open fields, open air, not too much like the square-minded
Mm.
venues and ideas of organizing events. Something which is very supportive in energy is very important. Yeah,
Well, it's not your traditional event that you're talking about then. It's something.
I have done this. I have done this 20 years, and I didn't want to be the one who is going to organize the next company barbecue party, let's say.
Excellent. That's a great insight to what you do. It certainly is a different slant on what most events people attend to. It sounds a lot more fun, a lot more interactive, and a lot more experiential.
Yeah, the
Um,
transformation is very important, and nature, of course, has like how it's great in the support that nature can offer on an event. It's yeah. The value of nature, for example, is very high to support the transformation that people want to go through.
Excellent. The last question I have is, if financial considerations were not a factor, what pursuits or initiatives would you be particularly passionate about?
I would not have limits,
Mhm.
no limits. I would go crazy. Um, but being sure that there is really huge transformation. Um, yeah, I would. I, the ideas around what are the possibilities to create an event or an experience for someone is unlimited. You can go as far as you want.
Mhm.
So if the financial side would be uh, on my side, let's say, I mean, no limits,
Give an
no
example of something what you would do if you didn't have to worry about time and money.
time and money. Well, one of the things that I'm going to do now is I will organize an event to let people experience the power of creation, which is actually the eros power, the
Hmm.
erotic power, the feminine power. So I would organize a concert at night.
Hmm.
People enter, they gather, there's silence. Um, I start to play. I use overtones. I sing. I
Hmm.
create the vibe. I create the atmosphere. And I would ask people to go into a high state of meditation,
Hmm.
which is a one point meditation, for example. And I would ask them to focus on one point in the room. And I'm building up the energy with the music, the mysticism in the room. With the overtones, you can easily do this. And suddenly, like a half naked woman or man enters, but you have been asked to focus on one point, so you cannot look. So then
Right.
you experience how fast you are distracted. And then you can also experience what it only takes to refocus.
Mm.
This kind of things. And then I would continue to build up until people start to sing with me. And even if they don't know the song, until people start to stand up, to move, until there is a DJ ready to fit in with my music. We never did one rehearsal, and bam, there's a kind of 45 minutes, 1 hour party. And then we go network. This kind of things.
Wow.
Or you go to the desert with jeeps, and then you have like those transformative techniques, and at the end of the day you're exhausted. You just want to sleep. You just want to have that other waking up morning with the sunrise and the special techniques, and no limits. I would not have limits.
Wow, it's that sounds amazing. It kind of sounds in sync with what's happening in the world where people are waking up and they're now question a lot of the ways that governments operate and the way big businesses operate and saying, well, we want our freedom now. And so I think you're tapping into that kind of wave where people now want to take back control.
Yeah,
Certainly in the East, I think it's more about that kind of mindset, whereas in the West, it's more about science and suppressing inner creativity and our imagination to fit in boxes.
yeah, Tony, my journey started because actually I never knew who I was.
Hmm.
Yeah. And this is like feeling lost when you don't have really an identity, and then you attract situations where people, as I told you, you attract like those negative situations.
Hmm.
But you really need to understand who you are and what is your power. So creating a kind of a movement where you can contribute and help people open up without limits, and to
Hmm.
tap in again into a kind of state of being where you are open as a human being, where you're not closed anymore and holding onto something that you have learned in your childhood, which doesn't make you happy.
Or conditioned to believe.
Yeah, you just believe it. And
Yeah.
because of that one belief, you are keeping or holding away and keeping away such a beautiful opportunities. And this is not what the book is. For example, for me, the meaning of that book is like, no, I mean, you have always, yeah, wanted to contribute. Well,
Mhm.
do it. Go stand up and don't be afraid to talk about what it means for me to shine my light, to sing, to let people hear my voice. Um, Open up.
I think a lot of times people, an expression I once heard is that when you're a child, you have your imagination and you think all things are possible. That kind of gets beaten out of most people when they get into adults. So they start suppressing their dream because they believe they can't do it or it's never going to happen. And I think what you're talking about is plugging in back to that imagination, that belief that all things are possible. That what I get from what you're saying, which is
This,
dangerous to the way the world works because they don't want that. They want you to conform and stay in your box, stay in your
and this is a pity.
lane.
That's exactly what you're saying, and to stop denying that you have those dreams and those possibilities. Once when I think I was 12 or something at school, and there was a girl I remember. She asked me what was my dream, and I answered, one day I'm going to make a movie with Kevin Costner. The dream is
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah, why
And
not?
yeah, lately someone asked me even, and did you achieve it? I said, not yet,
That's the answer, the right answer.
not yet. So there, yeah, exactly what you say. There, as a child, we have that imagination. We are open. Daddy, you are going to make it happen for me. I want the house. I want the bicycle. You buy it for me. So there's no limits for the child.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
going back into that state and being able to, first of all, already have it here. We already
Mhm.
have it, even if it's not in the physical form.
Yes.
I can live it. I can shine it. I can be that Bart who, yeah, who acknowledge that it's there. It's
You,
just there. I
you
already live it.
you create your reality first indoors in your mind. And is it Einstein said that the only limit is our imagination. Anything's possible, it's just our imagination that stops us.
Yeah, so that idea, the reality, to just let the reality flow into my life and not trying to to create a flow to achieve something. No, no. The reality is there. It can happen. It can be there tomorrow, but that's a daily training, of course. It's easy said, but just to go and remember, go back and remember that you are that child who desires and who has like those dreams, and just, yeah, let the reality happen in your life.
Thank you very much, Bart. It's been very interesting talking to you. I think we'll connect afterwards because I like what you're saying, and I think we could work together on some projects. And I think people are going to very much enjoy your contribution in the book. I will include links in the recording below of how to get hold of you if people want to experience one of your experiential events that you do.
Mhm.
They can click into you. So, how often do you run the events?
I I did my comeback early this year, so now I'm busy to organize a few already, but the greater ones are in the running. So I'm waiting now for one, two answers, and then I think I go to Greece. Maybe, there are some opportunities, but the greater ones, I'm busy to organize them.
Okay. Oh well,
Now
once
it's
you
more
know
on
to
the
get hold of you, then they can find out when the events will take place.
Yeah, yeah, it will be for the public as well. Now it's more on the individual level, but then
Okay.
I will start with the community and the groups.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's
Thank
been a
you,
pleasure.
Tony. Were great questions. Thank you that I could contribute, and let's talk afterwards.
All right, then. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Start the recording.